I'm Asa Swift, and you're watching Asa Swift's Haunted Places. Today we're at Francis Slocum State Forest, otherwise known as Okie Pinokie. The Okie Pinokie Forest is reportedly haunted, and that is because there's been a number of murders that have happened here. Supposedly about eight in total. I have information on one of them today, and I'll show you that. And I have some other information before we get started. Man gets sentenced for horror show murder in Indiana's Okie Pinokie woods. Ethan Kane was one of 3 people accused of luring Drake Smith into the woods before beating him with a pipe. Pause that if you want to read it. An Indiana man was handed the maximum sentence for the 2018 murder of a man he beat to death in the woods. Ethan Kane, 24, was one of 3 people charged in connection to the death of Drake Smith, 22, according to the Kokomo Tribune. A judge sentenced him to 55 years on February the 1st as part of a plea deal, dismissing his previous charges of robbery resulting in serious bodily injury, theft, and obstruction of justice. We were all given life sentences that day, prosecuting attorney Jeff Sinkovics read on behalf of the victim's mother. It is an emptiness that will never go away. On the morning of May 19th, 2018, mushroom hunters came upon Smith's body in a wooded area on the Okie Pinokie Trail in the Francis Slocum State Forest, according to the Indiana State Police. 4 days later, authorities secured arrest warrants for Ethan Kane and another man, Joshua Keene, 27. A SWAT team with the Imperial County Sheriff's Office located Kane and Keene at a California campsite near the Mexican border, according to the Tribune. King evaded capture but was apprehended 3 days later. According to court documents cited by the Tribune, the 2 men allegedly entered into a plot with Brittany Morris, 17, who police say wanted to rob Smith because she believed he'd have the illegal drugs in his possession. Approximately 8 minutes later, Kane and Keene exited the second vehicle and went into Walmart to purchase a cheese. Well, let's see, we're on the right page. Oh, okay, here we go. Skip the last part. On the night of the murder of the victim, Smith arrived at the Marion Walmart parking lot, Marion, Indiana, around 11:30 p.m. as captured on security footage. Around 30 minutes later, a second car entered the parking lot. Police say Morris exited the vehicle and joined Smith in his truck. Approximately 8 minutes later, Keene exited the second vehicle and went into Walmart to purchase a cheesecake, according to the Tribune. Smith then drove out of the parking lot with Morris still in his vehicle and headed in the direction of the Okie Pinokie woods. Kane and Keene were not far behind. According to witnesses at Okie Pinokie, Morris and Smith joined a group of other people for a party in the woods, but Kane and Keene only arrived as the party winded down to only a few. One witness was left. They told police they saw Kane try and choke Smith from behind. Kane then took a metal pipe and beat Smith to death as he pleaded for his life. As the beating took place, Morris and Keene allegedly robbed Smith's truck, stealing his clothes, cash, drugs, beer, and a small speaker. Morris was arrested while serving time at a juvenile detention center for an unrelated probation violation, according to the Kokomo Tribune. She and Keene were later charged with the same crimes as Kane, with Keene getting an additional charge for assisting a criminal. Morris will be tried as an adult. At Kane's sentencing on Tuesday, Miami County Probation Officer Kathy Nider produced Kane's pre-sentence investigation, detailed the brutality of Smith's murder, citing how the witness referred to it as a horror show. He was beat to death with a pipe. Witnesses allegedly described the sounds of the pipe hitting Smith's head as crunching gravel. Knight described Smith's injuries, which included trauma to the eye sockets, jawbone, neck, and brain hemorrhage, as part of his report. "I'm sorry for my actions," Kane said as he addressed Smith's family in court. "Nothing I can say will ever be enough. I would like to deliver Drake back into your lives." And I say effing. I won't say that word on YouTube. Don't want to get suspended or deleted. And there's some, so on the lighter side, there's some rumors and things about the Okie Pinokie. And you can read them for yourself, but I'll go through some of these. Supposedly when you whistle here in the middle of the forest, somebody will whistle back. Well, people walking through here, especially in the summertime, no doubt. Dogs, pigs, well, Indiana's known for pigs and corn and cows, so surprise, surprise. I just noticed there's a windmill tower right there behind us. See it right there through the trees? Galvanized metal. Right there. See it?
Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah, I see it. Yeah. Yeah.
Somebody's farm along at once upon a time. Let's see here. There's also said the noise like a pig or a squeal and dogs barking can be heard like it's right next to you. And last but not least, you'll hear screams like a small child being tortured. Supposedly it is a 7-year-old girl named Stephanie. Also traveling along a path, you'll find a tree that has indents in it that appear to be much like deer antlers. However, these are horizontal instead of vertical, and you have a place for an opposite thumb. Warning, do not go here unless you really want to be terrified. The legend. Joey Peoria, this is another murder. Joey Peoria grew up playing, camping, and hunting in the forest and knew the area inside and out. His mother would often say that as a boy, there were more of the woods on Joey's clothes than in the woods. Joey was constantly bringing home frogs, snakes, green geckos, much to his mother's delight. This place was truly his childhood playground. He continued to frequent the Okie woods into his adulthood and never lost the love of nature. In early spring of 1976, Joey and 3 of his friends strolled into the woods to go camping and never came out. It was several days before anyone became concerned because they had planned on spending an extended weekend in the woods, as they often did. 4 days after they walked into the forest, a search party discovered the partially decaying bodies of 3 young men. The men had been brutally murdered and could barely be identified. Joey Peoria was never found or seen again. After an extensive investigation, it was determined that an argument occurred between the campers, and it was suspected that Joey had killed the 3 men. Several years later, Joey's wife confessed to having an affair with one of the men Joey was camping with. She was concerned because she thought that Joey might suspect the affair, but she wasn't sure. She couldn't know who with whom. After the story of the affair was made public, the locals were sure that Joey did the killing and that the Okie Woods was now haunted. Between 1980 and 1985, 5 more young men were found dead in the same scenic area as the first 3. People stopped going in the woods as they were convinced that Joey had lived there all these years and was completely evil. It is believed that sometime after the 8th murder, the spirit of a British soldier who was killed in 1812 intervened and stopped Joey from killing anymore. The Joey Peoria story is only a small part of spiritual history housed within these woods. There are literally thousands of spirits out there, all with a different story, some good and some bad. And with that bit of cheery reading, we'll venture in there. Clean these papers up here. This wind just blew down. hill.
Which side do you go around on? Oh, well, I guess that one's got a tie there, so we'll have to go around on this side.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't want to try a bunch of mud into your brother's car.
No.
You don't appreciate that.
No. Okay.
Something familiar.
I
saw we're walking downhill.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have to walk
Oh, yeah. So going back to the car is going to be a little rougher.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we could both use a little exercise.
More trip to the hospital.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I got some of these, see some of these trees are marked with purple markers. I'm just wondering what that is.
I know.
Huh.
It's where someone was killed.
Ah. Yeah. Sure.
I don't know, usually they're marked like that for cutting purposes. They're dead or whatever.
Yeah, it looks like a lot of them are right on the trail line.
Yeah. I imagine they're dead.
Yeah.
Well, that's a sycamore tree, so it's supposed to look like that.
Mm-hmm.
Did I get that other phone?
I don't have it if you didn't bring it.
That's my phone. Oh shoot. Turned the thing on accidentally. I think I left it in the car.
Do you need it?
Well, it had the apps on it. I'm gonna pass.
Yeah.
I hope this external mic works. Oh, now what's it saying? SD card speed is low.
What the hell that means?
So I guess I need a different card. Well, it was working for the other one. All right. Back to having troubles. It says the SD card speed is low. Okay, cut for a minute. Whoa. Hear that? That was strange. Anybody hear us? Joey Peoria, can you hear us? Joey Peoria. Wow, said his name and it just stopped. Everything just stopped. Anybody like to say something to us out here? We're in the Okefenokee. Do you have anything to say to us? Joey Peoria or your friends? There's at least 8 people out here that have been murdered. All men. Would you like to say something? Now's your chance. Boy, like I said his name and just
No.
There's all kind of chatter. Let's see if I can. I'll try the other one and see if we can get anything out of it. I think I hit the wrong one again. Yeah, I did. I don't want that one.
Started scanning. Scanning stopped. Started scanning. Date.
Is there anybody here that would like to say anything to us? How about Joey Peoria? Or your friends?
Inner.
Farther in the woods? Where did you meet your demise in the woods? Do you know your dad?
Outsider.
Yeah. We're from not too far from here, though. Can you tell me when you died? What year was it?
Trailer.
What year did you die?
Think.
You don't remember? Said think.
Cat.
Who else is out here with you? How many spirits are with you?
Under.
Underground. Who was the last person? Sandy. Who was the last person who died here?
Wanted.
The person who committed the last murders out here, those people are in prison. They're not wanted anymore. You can talk to us. They're in prison.
Under.
Find her. She's in prison too. The woman behind it all, she went to prison.
A man.
How many people do you see right now?
We're at 4%.
One.
Okay, let's change batteries. You're rolling. Is anybody here with us today? Look at my SLS. I haven't used that. Damn. Well, it maps out the logs. See if you can. Let's see. There, see? Yep. It tries to find human shapes. There, see? I just did it. Did you do it? Did you have it on the camera on there?
No.
Yeah, that's the purpose here. Just look down here a little bit. beeps when it finds something human too. Oh, it's not doing it. Nice valley down there. I'll scan and see if it finds anything. Of course, it's got to pick out something from all these trees. And in case you're wondering, lest we become victims ourselves, both the cameraman and I are carrying a lot of firepower, so we'll be fine. Well, we'll try something else. One of these days I'll get some equipment. Right now I've been concentrating on camera equipment and software and things like that. But I did have the first actual ghost hunting instrument I bought was a laser grid thingy. I don't know what you call it. It's a laser grid projector, yeah. But I haven't bought any so-called ghost hunting tools, an EMF meter or anything like that. I've just used the apps and stuff because, like I say, I wanted to get some high quality camera equipment for one thing. That's. I don't know if this one is going to tell me the same thing about the internet or.
Tell you what, these batteries are draining fast out here, though.
Really?
Yeah, they're sucking energy.
Oh, that's cold too.
Hell yeah, that's true. Yeah.
What do you down now?
I'm at 84%.
Well, it may be too because of the Z.
Ah, so it's
Z, yeah, I don't know that. I don't know that to be a fact because of the Z suspension on it. Which one? I just wanted to see how much smoother things would look with that attached. Probably not necessary for what we're doing here this morning, but if you were like hiking and mountainous area and stuff like that, you'd want that. Or if you were running, if you were doing a video where there was running required, you'd want that.
Yeah.
Did anybody hear us? Anybody see us today? Can you see us out here? Would anybody like to say anything today? Joey? Joey, your friends? Are you or your friends here? We know there were 8 people murdered out here. Do any of you like to have anything to say? Well, we'll try the EMF and see what we find. If I can get it to load. This is the one that takes so long. Need to get a different one. Actually get a meter. They're not that expensive.
Yeah.
Like a K2. Yeah. Yeah, I might have to break down and get a K2. This uses the magnetometer on the phone. I mean, it works. I mean, you take it and you put it up against a lamp or something like that. Yeah, it'll go off. It'll detect it. There is one more EMF meter thing on here. I'll try it. This thing keeps taking too long. Said it could take up to 1 minute. I did hear dogs.
Yeah, I heard them. Yeah.
Bring it here. Let me see. Let me add a little bit more tension there because I think it's resting a little bit on that mic. This is plus, I think. Oh, okay. Here we go. A little bit right now. One and a half. Getting readings. You gotta show it on the camera. Huh. There shouldn't be any EMF out here. I don't have anything on other than this camera, and that's not it. Okay, the camera puts it out. But it was doing that before you got here.
Well, I'll stand back a little
But
ways.
it works.
Yeah, it does work.
Well, now it's bigger.
Yeah, so I'll stand back a little bit.
No, you're far enough away that it shouldn't be doing this. It's almost at 10 milligauss.
It's right there. That
Right
spot there.
What the hell is that? I thought it was the camera.
Yeah.
It's not. There's no electricity out here. Why is it just by this trail?
Oh.
There must be something buried. There's got to be
Something buried, yeah, along there.
But they wouldn't run it underneath this tree. I mean, it's...
No. But yeah, it's only on this side of the trail.
Why did it just start back there and didn't pick up? Wasn't picking up a little? Try something. That's another trail there. No, no. Oh, my left knee. I was trying to go out.
Oh, shit.
Okay, I took my britches in. Somebody had a horse back here.
Oh yeah, you see the hoof prints.
You're allowed to bring horses back here.
Yeah, that's what's said on that sign over there.
Isn't that weird though that it would be just on this side?
Yeah, you won't get on that side of the trail, but you'll get on this side of the trail. It's definitely odd.
But I point the other way.
And then it stops.
That is just crazy. I mean, it's like off and on.
Mm-hmm.
If that was a cable, if that was an electrical cable, some power cable or something, it should be going off while I'm all around it.
Mm-hmm. And why would they run electrical cables through here?
And why in just one direction and not the other?
Mm-hmm.
Let me try another EMF app and see what it comes up with. Let's see. REM pod out. EMF advanced, EMF simple. We'll try that. I forgot. I don't know, this one, and maybe it's the app, because this one is not showing big high readings. Doing low. So it's staying right around 5 milligauss.
Yeah, so maybe it is the app.
Has to be. But that's strange. Why would it do that?
Yeah.
I mean that the K2 app doesn't have a compass, so it's not like pointing a direction.
Right.
Same over here. Around 5.5 milligauss. It's staying right around that. Now there's a different one, advanced. Well, it's got a graph, but the graph is showing the same thing. Graph is showing again 0.5, a little bit 0.4 for a second. So it's just background magnetic.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Earth.
Yeah.
Go back to the other. In fact, it got lower. Well, for a little bit. 0.4. It's going between 0.4 and 0.5 milligauss. Don't know. Don't know. It's strange. Well, I think I want to sit down up here and try an EVP session and see
Okay.
see if we get anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to change out this battery again.
Really? What are we
Yep.
down to?
24.
Maybe we should stick to haunted buildings and houses.
Yeah, yeah. We just gotta find them.
Well, we'll be going in May.
Yeah.
Oh, no, oh, yeah, May. Yeah, it's a haunted building. Buildings. Yeah, I'm still reading the EMF readings are staying the same. Got out of the camera, I left the battery. Well, this is a better trail than the other one anyway.
Yeah, not quite as steep.
The other one's for a car.
Yeah.
Or horses. Apparently the reason why they closed that is because assholes were dumping garbage back here. You know, old mattresses and defunct washing machines and stuff like that. So I said, screw it. You're not going to take care of the wilderness and stuff and a nice place. You're just going to trash it up like a bunch of damn heathens. Well, shut it off. So they didn't.
Well, on that sign up there, it says they're going to have it closed off for 5 years, and then after that, they'll reevaluate whether or not they're going to reopen it or not.
Let me go stick a new battery in there. Okay, we're going to try some EVPs now. So we go with that. If I can get this thing done. Okay, got the recorders going. Joey Peoria. Joey Peoria, are you here? Are any of your friends here who would like to speak with us? If you have a message, you can leave it on this recorder I have in my hand. It's a voice recorder, and you can leave your message on it, and I'll put it on TV. Yes, I can do that. Say what you have to say. If there's anybody else out here whose name I haven't mentioned, feel free to say something. Whatever you'd like. What year did you die? How did you die? Did someone kill you? Were you murdered? How old are you when you died? For some of you, the people who killed you are in prison. They were caught shortly after and sentenced to prison. One of them got the maximum allowed. Seems to me they deserve to be put to death. We're not going to be here much longer. If you have something to say, a message to get across, now's the time to do it. We came from Indianapolis just to talk to you. If you're still here and don't want to be here anymore, the only thing I know to tell you from what I have heard is that you need to go into the light. It's supposed to be a brighter white light than any human has ever seen before. And that's where God is. That's where you need to go. No one can force you. And you can remain here if you so choose.
Says Digigos quit working. So we can get it back up. Why do I not have an image?
End of EVP.
What's going on here? Okay, well, we're back up and running, but that was weird. It screen went blank and quit working, and then it was showing that it was recording, but there was no picture. And it was doing weird, funky stuff, but
Okay.
It's back up.
It's back up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, we're going to get out of here. We got to get packed up and head back to Indianapolis. Neither of us had anything to eat all day today, and both of us have. Unfortunately, my back problems, spinal problems, have been passed on to my son, and he's not doing a whole lot better than me. So we're going to get out of the forest here. I just wanted to do something a little different. I've never been to the Okie Pinokie Forest, for one thing. Having come from Hartford City, Indiana, I've been to the Minnesota Wild Reservoir, which is right nearby here. But I've never been to the Okie Pinokie, which that's what everybody here calls it. It has its official name, as you know. But if you do come here, just so you know, you will not be able to take normally take the road that travels through the forest. And it was meant for cars, but they've got it closed off now. And the reason they've got it closed off, as I just mentioned earlier, because people dumped trash back here because they're assholes. And so now they're holding off for, I guess, for 5 years, and they're going to reevaluate after 5 years whether they open it back up to vehicular traffic. You can come back here through it with a horse, where you can walk. I would recommend, though, that regardless of whether you, I mean, it's up to you. It depends on how good a shape you're in. We're not in that good a shape. I'm old. But the road goes down, way down. And so on your way back up, you're going to have a climb all the way, a long distance. If that's not something that you wish to do, then I would recommend when you park out here, take the trails off to the side. There's little trails off as you're facing the barricade of the road. Off to your left is our trails, and they veer off in different paths. That's the way to go if you're an old codger like me, or just somebody who has a back and knee trouble. So we're going to get out of here, but anyway, I want to thank you for watching. Remember, please like, share, and subscribe. Doesn't cost anything to subscribe to Ace of Swift's Haunted Places. I'm also on Patreon. If someday our economy stops resembling a third world economy, you might consider donating $1 or $2. Doesn't have to be $3. It can be whatever. Patreon.com/Ace of Swift. May 27th we've got on our books. Though hope it goes through. You know, barring any catastrophe. May 27th, myself and Sky Barrow from Sky's Catacomb, and she's associated with the Shadow Seekers Paranormal. She will be going with us on a day trip to the Indiana State TB Sanatorium, or Indiana State Sanatorium in Rockville, Indiana. So I encourage you, when that comes out, to be looking for that when that comes out. It's going to be a day trip again, but we're going to go into the tunnels. It's going to be dark. We'll have some infrared vision going on, and we'll be going into small buildings and some basements where it'll be dark. So we'll have infrared for that. And we're going to cover the tunnels. We didn't do the tunnels last time, last May. We didn't do any of the little buildings, the little houses on the property. And what else? We didn't go into the basement of the administration building,
Where the morgue is.
And we're also going to go, because by that time I was just in absolute misery. So we're going to cover that. And we're also going to go back to the administration building where, it was a Destination Fear, I think it was. They, on the 4th floor of the administration building, they caught a shadow on thermal, just like that, going past a window on the 4th floor of that building, which we went on during the day. So what we might do is set up a static camera up there and see what we get. We also might try out our new fancy laser grid projector and some of the dark places, and just see what happens. We might put a stationary camera, probably that camera. That's the infrared camera, and see what we get. And we might get a K2 meter by then too. We'll have to see. They're not that expensive, so. I don't understand what went on today with the app K2 meter. That was just crazy. It goes off one side and not the other, and yet the other EMF, two other EMF apps showed just normal background magnetism of the Earth, which your compass is based on. That's it. So that was really strange. So we're ready to go get something to eat and head back home. So remember, for Ace of Swift's Haunted Places, sometimes haunted places can reveal haunted faces. Sleep well.